All right, question 9A, or for the SL students, it's a slightly different question. But here we are, we're looking at Welford's model and feedback, specifically linked to performance. So actually this is a bit of a gift of a question. It's only 5 marks. You're basically saying as much as you know, as much as you can recall about how feedback impacts or affects performance. You've got to be able to link it to Welford's model. That's really important in terms of what comes before, where does it fit in. So maybe some of you I saw actually drew out a diagram of Welford's model, so you might want to use a diagram to help with that. But essentially, how does feedback affect performance? So lots and lots of things we need to be able to think about. We need to think about, for example, in our plan, we might want to be thinking about things like memory, short-term, and transitioning into the long-term memory. That might be where selective attention comes in as well. We might actually want to start to think about what is feedback, where does it come from? So sources of feedback, why does it occur, what is it, when does it occur? And we also obviously need to think about experience, which kind of links here, experience and practice, and where feedback fits in. So that might be, for example, using terms like motor programs, development and consolidation of motor programs as a result of feedback. What's the impact of feedback on performance? So the impact could be short term, or it could be long term, i.e. improvement, complexity, improvement in complexity, difficulty. It allows you to reach that next level. But short term, it might be that you can actually make adjustments in your performance in the short term. So I'm going to press pause. I'll write out a model answer and then we can have a look through that together. Okay, so there we go. Again, we're sort of linking in the idea of DCR, the ability to actually detect feedback and think about the strength of feedback and information overload. You can bring that in, but ultimately we need to be referring to memory, so short term, long term, and the idea that feedback can affect future decision making. Over a longer period of time, remember we talked about short and long term considerations. Over a longer period of time, with building up of experience and that idea of someone going from associative to autonomous, the idea really needs to be in there that performers can self-determine feedback and self-adjust. So for example, if you're not having any success against a right back in a Champions League final, then why keep repeating the same strategies? You can self-adjust your own performance and approach or strategy as a result of being able to detect that really important feedback.